The Solent basked in wonderful sunshine over Easter, which was welcome for the 72-boat fleet contesting the Red Funnel Easter Challenge, although light and shifty winds made for difficult conditions for the race team and competitors. Principal Race Officer Jamie Wilkinson got racing underway on Good Friday in the central Solent. 21 boats raced in IRC Super 0 and 0, with entries that included Benny Kelly's TP52 Panthera, 5 Swan 45s, 5 Far 45s and the 2 local Far 52s, Bear of Britain and Chernakeef 2, being raced by Yacht Racing Academy students. IRC 1 had 14 starters, with a mix of designs including 3 First 40.7s, 2 X35s and a couple of Prima 38s. IRC 2 was hotly contested by 22 yachts, which included 6 J109s, 3 Hod 35s and 3 X332s. The breeze died during the first race, and the strong ebb tide caused the smaller boats problems as they tried to make the Leeward Gate, where the race committee had decided to shorten their course. As the smaller boats struggled to finish, the larger ones had to squeeze through the pack as they were being finished on the beat. Legally Brunette, the first X41 in the UK, won Super 0 and 0, while Peter Robson's Beneteau 40.7, playing around, took Class 1. First race honours in Class 2 went to Peter Schofield's Hod 35 Zarafa, and Mike Tattersall's X99 Electra took the opening race in Class 3. After a wait for wind, it finally filled in to around 10 knots, which made for better racing for the second race. Wolf in Sheep's Clothing was called over and had to return. Benny Kelly's TP52 Panthera took the honours in Super 0 and 0. Panthera impressed all weekend, showing the power of these boats and really performing in a class of her own. Saturday brought a windless morning and the fleet drifted in the sunshine, hoping for enough wind to race. We took the chance to catch up with Jim Saltonstall, one of the coaches who make the start of season training regatta such a great way to learn and get the crew up to speed for the season ahead.
Usual story at the beginning of a season, I guess. New teams, new crews, and at the end of the day, a great event for getting rid of the cobwebs and bringing teams back together again.
Yeah, it's a brilliant event, isn't it? It's exactly what's needed at the start of a season. Mind, it was quite funny sitting at the Leeward Gate and seeing the number of boats that went round and suddenly realised they'd forgotten to put the jib up. You know.
Yeah, it brings back all memories.
It does, yeah.
Eventually, at 1 o'clock, there was sufficient wind for the race team to get a race underway, only for that to be abandoned when a 30-degree wind shift turned the first beat into a fetch. Marks were relayed and a short windward leeward course was set in extremely light airs from the south. Panthera showed her style again in the big boat fleet, as she was able to nip around the course while her smaller rivals had to contend with a dying breeze. Panthera took the win on corrected time, ahead of a tie for second place between Bernard Lamberlot's Swan 45 Nemo and Jerry Otter's Far 45 Werewolf. The light conditions emphasised the importance of starting well, maintaining boat speed and picking your way around the course in the greatest pressure possible. Smooth and gentle movements were called for, especially at Marks, where good boat handling really paid dividends. Despite the conditions, racing was tight and finishes close, with every inch being hard fought. There was another delay before the start of a second race, but a breeze did spring up from the southeast, which gave a beat against the tide, making it imperative to stay inshore. Keith Miller's Swan 45 Crackerjack had to return at the big boat start after a mix-up over the outer distance mark, but she recovered impressively to take the race win by just 10 seconds from Panthera. On Easter Sunday, the final day of the regatta, conditions in the morning did not look promising, with another flat calm dominating the Solent. While the committee boat went out in search of breeze, the fleet were held in the marina and crews sat in the sunshine reading the Sunday papers. But by midday, the race officer had decided to call the boats to the racecourse, and by 1 o'clock their patience was rewarded by a perfect south-southwest breeze of 8 to 10 knots. Sunshine and a good breeze provided fine racing for the 72-boat fleet over a short windward leeward course of 6 miles for the big boats and 4.5 miles for all other classes. The big boats had a general recall for their start, and the race officer moved straight into a start of IRC 1, before starting the big boats 5 minutes later. That meant both fleets would be mixed up on the run, and when they approached the Leeward Gate. As the gate marks were laid very close together, the combined fleets made for some entertaining spectating. Although Panthera again showed the big boat fleet a clean pair of heels on the water, it was the brand new X41 Legally Brunette which won their second race of a regatta. In the end, the final race was the best of a regatta, with the most wind and sparkling conditions. And thanks to that short Leeward Gate, it also provided the best spectating of the weekend. As is befitting an Easter regatta, Easter eggs featured heavily in the prize giving and were presented by Tom Docherty from Red Funnel. Benny Kelly's Panthera dominated IRC 0 and Super 0 and also took the top IRM prize. Tim and Sophie Harrington's X35 Vortex won the big eggs in IRC 1, while Nick Jones's first 34.7 Astarte won IRC 2, and Mike Tattersall's X99 Electra came out top in IRC 3. And the children at the prize giving were not forgotten, as they made sure that no Easter eggs went to waste.